Go ahead and clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'm Precinct Officer Quatazar of the ISUPK. Started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth according to the Bible about who the true Jews are. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in the Bible, all right? We are not affiliated with any other Christian groups, Muslim mosques, the Black Panther Party. We're not a biker gang. We're a nation of people who know their identity. Barakatah Yahweh Yahushua, thanks to Commander Junior Hanna and the mighty men that preceded him holding on to this truth, we're able now to understand who we are so we don't have to get killed for acting like someone that we're not, if that makes sense to you. So tonight, in typical UPK fashion, is Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday. All right. So all over the globe where we have schools, you have brothers going into the brotherhood, all right, which is synonymous to sisterhood. We'll always bring that out. Sisters, you're important too. You know, we'll be a nation full of men. That sounds a little bit like America. You know what I'm saying? We don't get down with the LBGTQ, IUIC brothers and sisters, okay? We're not doing that. So let me start by saying, shalom, Sister Water. Yahabashmi Asharbakatah to the brothers, Yahashmar Thabashmi Ashar to the sisters, okay? All right, that's our greeting, okay? That's what we do. All right, so tonight's topic is being locked in. What does it mean to be locked in? All right, you know, you go downtown to whatever city you're from and whatever city you're in, you'll go downtown and you'll do something called an escape room, okay? And in this escape room, you actually get locked in and you have to find your way out. All right, so being as though tonight's topic is getting locked in, all right, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, lock out, vibrating table. All right, it's imperative to your well-being. You know what I'm saying? It's imperative to your well-being that you get locked in to the ISUPK because we're the only ones authorized, right, on what a Christian would call God's green earth to give the oracles of Christ, you know, the oracles of God. All right, we're the only ones authorized to do that. Okay. So be as though you're getting locked in. We're talking about what? An escape room. Where do you need to escape from if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian? All right. Where do you need to escape from? Make it real flat, real simple for me. You need to escape from this place called America. And for all you blackity black, big head Negroes, I'm not talking about going back to Africa because that is not our homeland anyway. Understanding that, all right, we can get into Babylon and Timbuktu, and you can find out how we ended up in Africa, 70 AD, fleeing Roman oppression. But tonight we're talking about getting locked in. How do you escape from America? It's simple. You keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? Don't listen to your pastor when you ask him a question or your mom or your auntie, you know what I'm saying? They become very loquacious, right? And they begin to talk, but they're not saying anything. Understand that, man. Let the words of God be true, but the words of man be a lie. Okay? Knowing that, don't give in to their glib explanations of how you're supposed to serve the Lord, because there's only one truth, man. There's only one body. Knowing that, okay, I'm going to teach you tonight how to get locked in. And it's very simple, Israel. Find out who you are according to this Bible. And the way you do that is by getting into class, asking your damn questions, all right? It's the internet. It's not like, the teachers call you to read. You've been daydreaming about, Pokemon all day. Now you don't know where you are. You on page 1 and they on page 17, chapter 3. This ain't that, you can follow at your own pace. You don't like this class, find another class. You have no excuse, all right? You have no excuse. This ain't cost you a dime. You know what I mean? You pay your Wi-Fi bill anyway. Pay attention. It'll save your life. Get locked in. All right? Ask your damn questions, man. Keep asking them until you feel fulfilled in your answer. All right? There's no such thing as an individual light, and God does not love everybody. All right? You don't even love everybody. So what makes you think that the creator of all things loves everyone? All right? You have a house. You have a place of of rest that you go to, okay, and you don't treat the things in your house the same way. Everything fits into its perfect place. All right. Your couch is meant for what? Sitting on. Your rugs, all right, your door rug is meant to wipe your feet on. Your toilet, you go ahead and take your sugar honey iced tea in that. All right, everything has its perfect place. But when it comes to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we don't know what our perfect place is because we don't have an identity, according to them. But according to this King James Version Bible, we do have an identity. And it's all throughout this black history right here, man. Let me tell you, this is how you get locked in, man. All right. You're not going to get locked in the Christian church. Like I said before, your pastor is not going to do anything but preach to you prosperity. He's going to teach you a lie. And in that lie, you're going to find out a lesson. Because just like you expect certain things from your kids, the Most High Power who favors us expects things from us. All right. So we can start off with Deuteronomy 7:6. All right. And I wasn't going to start off with this verse, but you need to understand you are accounted for, regardless of if you think the Lord's with you, he's not. He's always going to be with you. But you have to understand in what manner. If you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, Deuteronomy 28:1, he'll put you above all these nations. But if you don't, and you forget who you are, Deuteronomy 28:15 specifically tells you how you would be cursed. And that's how we are identified here in America today, by the curses, not by our identity. You know what I'm saying? I go outside. I got to be stereotyped, right? I have to be a rapist, a murderer, everything, a witch and a son of a bit, all that because of the curse we're identified by. But when you get locked in and you understand that by keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, it's going to benefit you. You're going to come into life. All right. And so knowing that, just like any proud and good parent, you're going to have rules and regulations that abide by your household, not the next man's. He don't give a damn about Junetown next door or Condoleezza Rice or whoever else around the corner. The Lord is concerned with his kids, just like you're concerned with yours. You just imagine being on child support, right? You got to pay child support for your kids. Imagine paying child support for somebody else's damn kids. That's not yours. And we're going to get to that policy that allows that crap to prosper in the hands of the oppressor, man. We're going to talk about that. Hey, shalom, brother. Yabashim Yashar Bakatah. Mighty man, my holding it down. All right, so get into, I say, Deuteronomy 7:6, because you have to realize where you come from, Israel. You know what I'm saying? You might have started off in the back country or in wherever city you are, but make no mistake, you belong to the Prince of the Power, man. Right? The Queen of England ain't your queen. You know what I'm saying? Barack Obama, Joe Biden, they're not your king. Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man, known today as Jesus Christ is your king, man. And we have something that we need to do. That's why we need to get locked in. Understand that. You got to put your damn hands to the plow, black man. You got to go against those things that you think and how you feel and what you believe, because that's not going to build the kingdom of heaven. Understand that. And the kingdom of heaven is not going to be built by observation alone. There's something that you must do. And starting with you being a parent, that's what? You want your kids to be obedient to you. Those laws, statutes, and commandments you give your kids, or those rules and regulations, those chores that you give your kids are to do what? Help build them up, make them strong, so that what? They can have a life that's beneficial to them. Understanding that the Most High has something that he needs us to do. And so in order for us to do that, we have to get locked in. So like I said, we're going to start with Deuteronomy 7:6, man. The bedrock scripture. All right, write these precepts down. Write them down. Get them in your noggin when you're jogging and all that good stuff. Deuteronomy 7:6, okay? It says, for thou, meaning you, Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all right? God's chosen people, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Holy means separate, okay? Some of y'all think that when you're eating those peanut M&Ms, the green ones taste different from the red ones. The red ones taste different from the brown ones. The brown ones taste different from the yellow, whatever. I got news for you, man. Those are peanut M&Ms. They have no flavor. It's food coloring. The point is not the color, it's the chocolate and the peanut. All right. It don't matter what color it is. All right. Wake up out of that nonchalant state, man. Like, really think about it. Unless you're eating Skittles, now those have different flavors, but peanut M&Ms, it's all about the chocolate. They said, what, melt in your mouth, not in your hand? Understand that, man. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, meaning separate. We're separate. Okay, the Lord thy God, the most high power, our power. Understand this. He separated us. He severed us from those other wicked nations for his own. Now, I know that most of us didn't get a chance to go on Maury and do the whole DNA test thing. But knowing that and knowing this, make no mistake that if you could sever yourself from a person that you don't want to be with, you would. If you could sever yourself from that child that's cost you $180,000 a month because of child support, you would. Understanding this, the Lord separated us. And how did he do that? With these laws, statutes, and commandments. How did he do that? By choosing us, all right? Our power, man. You don't have any power in any molten images, golden calves. You can burn all the sage you want. You're gonna tear up your lungs. You can have any piece of equipment or that thing that you worship. All right, it has no power. The Lord created it, not for you to serve it, but for these things to serve you in certain manners of speaking. Right? But we do ignorant stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. We're gonna get locked in tonight. All right. It says, I'm gonna start from the top. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. All right. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, meaning you're separate unto the Lord your power. All right. The Lord thy God, the most high power, who is your power, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. All right. So the Lord chose you, Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian. All right. Even when you don't choose yourself, someone who's greater and mightier than you chose you. So take the noose from around your neck. All right. Take and throw those pills down the drain. All right. Christianity teaches you how to commit suicide. Christianity teaches you it's all about you. But if someone's choosing you, man, listen, choose your damn self, man, and do that thing. Do that thing that's necessary that will save your life. That's understand who you are. America doesn't give a damn about you. This is why we're depressed. This is why we're the lowest at the totem pole, because we give more love, more affection, more attention to a nation of people that don't give a damn about us. But the Most High Power chooses us. He chooses us when we don't choose ourselves. So you don't have to die because you want to celebrate your birthday. You don't have to go out to the club and just be looking for somebody to rub your booty or to scratch your you know what I'm saying, your hair pie. You don't have to do that. You don't have to wait to get roofied because you think no one gives a damn about you because your parents made some mistakes falling out to Christianity. The Lord chose you, so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. And the oppressor, who's the devil, I might add, he's doing his job by hating you. You're doing yourself an injustice by loving him. This is where your battle begins. And if you do right and get locked in, his struggle begins. You think about it. We're the salt of the earth. There's no place we can't go, right? There's no place we won't show up at and make it great. Nobody want no more dry, no seasoned chicken. You won't even eat the things that they provide, but you'll add your flavor, then teach them, seeking their love. When the Lord chose you above all people, well, because you didn't choose yourself, you have to deal with the consequences. We have to deal with the consequences. Make no mistake. All right. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Like, you have something that's special unto yourself, you're going to treat it differently. You're going to make arrangements. You're going to go out your way to do things for that something that is special unto yourself. You might got a car you don't give a damn about, but that car you keep in the garage up under that tarp, you're going to go out your way all throughout the week to make sure that the tires have air in it, the battery's charged, the paint job is cool, you got the turtle wax popping. You're going to go out your way for that special thing, right? But if that thing didn't choose you, how long are you going to suffer and survive it being special unto you? Well, when the Lord chose us, understand this. We had a job to do, and that's keep the law, statutes, commandments. We chose not to do that. And in choosing not to serve our power, we lost everything, including our power, because we wanted to do what these heathen nations do and do what? Serve other gods. Why would you serve other gods when you have your own? That's the last thing a nigga wants. All right, I'm gonna speak for myself. If I got my own damn kids, right, I would be remiss if I wasn't pissed off if they treated someone else like Santa Claus, right, more valuable to them because what? Saint Nick comes down the chimney with presents. That's why we don't serve these wicked holidays, man. We don't serve them. You would be pissed if you clean clothed and bathe these kids and they go somewhere else and give another man the love that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give somebody that time, that attention. You're going to be pissed off. What makes you think the Most High Power isn't pissed about you serving these other gods when he took our black behinds up out of bondage? Understand that. And even still and so, you might think, okay, well, since we messed up so bad, I might as well keep going down that path. Understand the Lord's going to be with you, whether you choose to believe it or not, because Satan works for the Most High. He's employed by him. He has a job to do. And it's your job to do your job better than Satan, meaning serving your power. You'll have power. But understanding this, if Satan does his job better, you will utterly be destroyed. See, this is why these candlelight vigils get shot up. Why are we having a candlelight vigil in the first place? If you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, you're going to come into life. But if you want to be workers of iniquity, maneuvering in the dark on your demon time, the Lord's going to kill you. He don't give a damn. He doesn't. He'll allow those people that he's employed to do their job because you couldn't do yours and serve your father. Now you know how it feels. Now you have kids. When your mother told your behind while she was at work, when I come home, I want this house to be cleaned. She came home, niggas ain't did nothing. We're on the PlayStation all night. It's a half-eaten bag of chips. You got the water graveyard all over the house. This half-drinking water's everywhere. Of course she's going to be infuriated. She's going to be pissed off. She's going to wake everybody up. She's going to chastise each and every one of you. Each and every one of us. Then we have a punishment. She might throw a paper towel roll, knock you beside your peasy head. She might cuss you out, talk about your dad, whatever. You're going to have to suffer that affliction because you didn't do what was required of your parent. So when you don't do what's required of your power, understand there's going to be some affliction coming your way. But if you get locked in Tuesday night, the brotherhood class, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to be hid in that day of the Lord's fiery indignation, man. You don't have to be some smug bastard, always paranoid, looking over his shoulder, wondering where your death's going to go. There are things that you can do to get locked in. Do this work, put your hands to the plow, so you got to worry about that, man. All right. So let me finish this scripture. Salakia. Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth, what do you know? Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. That debunks Christianity, Muslim, whatever, and all that other crap about God loves everybody. If God loves everybody, and he says that what? I have chosen you to be a special people, nobody gives a damn about what you're saying, auntie, whoever. Nobody gives a damn about what you're saying, sister, whoever, or brother, whoever, because you're lying. The truth's not in you. There's no such thing as equality. Equality is a measure that's used to lower your standards because someone's standards are lowered already and they want to level the playing field. So they say equality. There's no such thing as equality, man. The Lord made you bigger. He made you black. He made you stronger. Understand that. He made you the salt of the earth. Not so you can fit in with everybody, so you can supersede them and outshine them. But because of our ignorance and wanting to be like bald-head Joe, you know what I'm saying, or Tyler, because of whatever reason, now we have to, listen, you wanted to be low, now be low. You said, I told you not to take your black ass around there, boy. You did it anyway. Now, what do you have to do? You got to get your head lumped up because you didn't want to listen. Yeah, you didn't want to listen to me when I said, don't smoke weed. Now you got your license, you smoke weed in the car. As soon as them berries and cherries get behind you, you're doing what? You're thinking about that correction your parents gave you. But now it's your time of judgment. Now you're at the mercy of an oppressor's authority. And what is he going to do? Let me guess. All right. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? He's gonna pump your black behind full of lead, shoot you all in your back, ask for your license, and then say gun, gun, gun. Now you shot all up. Your baby mama recording it. You know what I'm saying? You was pushing the pack for her. Oh my goodness, he just killed my boyfriend. The baby in the back crying, don't know what's going on. All because you couldn't get locked in. All right. I'm gonna read it from the top, read it all the way through, and we're gonna move on from that. All right, this is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God," meaning separate people to the Lord, the Most High. Your power, man. You're not going to find power in things of this earth. You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't give you that sage, you know what I mean, for you to be worshiping and burning it. He gave it to you for a sweet savor, something that you can ingest. You know what I'm saying? Cook with. Now, if you be burning, think you can get rid of some spirits. Only spirit you're going to get rid of is your black behind. When you coughing and you need that albuterol because you done burnt so much damn sage, now your lungs you need an antihistamine to save your life. All right. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Special, man. Everybody has something special, right? Everybody. And something that you have that's special for you, understanding that, you know that, hey, this is mine. It's no one else's. You have your own special look, your own special way of teaching the class or making a cake or doing something. That's your flavor. All right. So the Lord chose us to be his flavor, but we lose our savor and our salt that he gave us trying to be like somebody that he didn't even choose, man. That's man. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through the verse. I'm gonna get through it. And I'm gonna bring out a point. All right. It says, "Unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth." Imagine going to Popeyes. You got your mouth all fixed for some crispy, spicy chicken. That old Popeyes biscuit tastes so good. Make your mouth water. You pull through the window, right? And they got a bowl of cereal for you. How pissed off you gonna be? Right? How pissed off? Like, think about it. You're gonna be pissed. That's not what you ordered. This is not what you thought was gonna, this is not what you thought you were gonna pay for. You pulled up the Popeyes. They give you a bowl of cereal. What makes you think when the Lord required us to be special and separate, right? Holy unto him, we could be something else other than that. You're going to get that correct. You're going to get that judgment, man. The Lord don't want no bowl of cereal. He wants what he pulled up the Popeyes to get. Understanding that. All right, we're going to move on. All right, we'll drop that. All right. Like I said, I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, man. If you got any questions, please log it in the chat. I'm a little all over the place, but we're going to get locked in right now. Okay. We're going to go to 1 Peter 1 and 13. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go to 10 TV News. And I'm just going to scroll through and read some of the headlines, all right? 10 TV News local. Hilliard Food Pantry to hold pop-up pantry hours following a fire, all right? Newark man gets 25 years for sexually exploiting minors he met at church youth group on Snapchat. Man, it's just so crazy. You get a platform and you get a society that's able to put their feelings and emotions out there. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to hold that point. But just know this, man. It said he met at a church youth group. You're not going to find the truth in the church. You're going to find homosexuality. You're going to find a Newark man, who sexually exploited. It said 52 kids, man. 52. Minor boys at that. Homosexuality. You had sin to sin. Sin to sin. And I'm not even going to guess the color of the boys that were victimized. But understand this, man. You go to Christian church, this is what's going to happen. This is going to happen. You're not locked in. You're not doing what thus saith the Lord. You're going to have a Newark man. What's this devil's name? What is this devil's name? I'm scrolling, y'all. So lock it. Bear with me. Forgive me. Bear with me. I can't find it. Whatever. But they gave this dude 25 years when he should get the death penalty. Because if you take a young boy's manhood, he's never going to be the same. You might as well just murder him. You murder him. You know what I'm saying? This is that agenda that you think what? The Supreme Court says, well, you can deny the LGBTQ community when it comes to entrance or whatever, when it comes to businesses. Listen, understand, they run this kingdom. Homosexuals, murderers, thieves, robbers, all that. All right. Moving on past that, we have, what else we have here? I seen something about 1,000 shootings in 7 days. Mom charged with death of toddler, left alone for 10 days in the car. Warrant issued for 2 suspects in deadly Italian village shooting that stemmed from an argument. All right, I could go through all this all day. The point is, we're in the times now where you need to get locked in. All right, not in the Christian church, not in the Muslim mosque, or not online following some individual like or some Justin LeBoy who's apologetically unapologetic. Sounds gay. Whatever. Anyways, now's the time that you get locked in the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. All right. So we're gonna get 1 Peter 1 and 13. Why am I going to 1 Peter 1 and 13? We're gonna find out. Let's get there. All right. 1 Peter 1 and 13. Now we're getting locked in. 1 and 13. All right, it says, wherefore. All right. What does wherefore mean? For that cause or for that reason, gird up the loins of your mind. All right. Why would this be being said in 1 Peter? Why would it say gird up the loins? Because of whatever reason, all right. Gird up the loins of your mind. All right. Why is that being said? If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, why would you need to gird up the loins of your mind? You know what that looks like? You ever seen two brothers before they get to fighting? What they do? They pull their pants up. You know what I'm saying? You know, George Jefferson was good for. They pull it up. Sanford the Son, he pulled his pants up. He's girding up his loins, man. You know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to throw down. Throw down. Gird up the loins of your mind. All right. What does it mean to gird up the loins of your mind? Meaning, have some control of your thoughts, man. You always want to talk about what's in your heart. Oh, my goodness. Gird up the loins of your mind. Why would you need to do that in this time? Because this is the time that we're living in where you need to get locked in. The only way you get locked in is if you gird up the loins of your mind. You can't be sitting here thinking about some baby. You can't be sitting here thinking about hitting a sting or a lick. You can't sit here and be thinking about just money and getting high and smoking weed all day. You have to gird up the loins of your mind, man, and be sober. There's plenty of things you can scroll through with your thumbs. A new app's coming out every day to outdo the last app. All right. And we're giving our minds to this lasciviousness that we see. All manner of evil. The lust of your mind. You can't be sober. You think you're so horny all damn day long. Right? You're just so horny. Oh my goodness. Girl. Oh my goodness, boy. Like you can't be sober because of everything that's been given to you to destroy you. Like I said, Satan has a job to do. He's going to do his job, but you have a job to do. This is why you need to get locked in and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Be sober-minded. Have some control over your thoughts, because your thoughts, which are demons, through the form of emotions, if you can't control them, they're going to control you. You got to see one big butt and you keep looking. Then you go find out where that big butt came from. Now it's a whole page. Now it's a whole bunch of big butts. Now you just can't control your thoughts. Now you're thinking about not only just taking a chance. They talk about liquid courage. Because of this lust, you have lustful courage. That lustful courage is going to get you in the slammer, my G. It's going to get you arrested. It's going to bring great shame upon your name and your family because you can't gird up the loins of your mind. I'm not saying turn your head like a Catholic priest to where you just want to look at boys all day. No. But you have to have some type of decorum, man. You got to be locked in. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Understand this, man. We're doing all this keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, right? We're given this grace, this time period, so that we can receive salvation. How are you going to get that if you're not keeping the oracles of God? You can't gird up the loins. You can't go to war with those thoughts that tell you to choke that sister. You can't go to war with those thoughts that say cut his clothes up, pour bleach on it. By going to war with those thoughts, man, and not doing that thing that you feel you have to absolutely do, you're girding up the loins of your mind. You think just because you got a baby by him, you can do what you want to do to him? Man, I know brothers got 10, 20 kids. I ain't taking care of none of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not glorifying it. But sisters, you got to realize, because of your social experiments, your children don't have fathers. And they need them. That's where you get discipline from. You know, in the state of Ohio, listen, you got to go downtown as a man. Although the child biologically is yours, you took the test. You don't have custodial rights. You didn't give birth to him. That's given to the mother. You honestly think when the Christian church teaches you how to be a selfish bastard, that a child's going to keep you in good standings with a man? No, it's not. You think just because, oh, you hit it once and you ain't did nothing for your kids, that woman's going to love you? No, she's going to try to find somebody else. The Christian church teaches you, yes, you're right to be happy, baby. Everybody's maneuvering on their own plan. What is it playing? Everybody's moving on their own, what you would call vibration. Man, get the heck out of here. This is why we die. The so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. This is why we're cursed. Like, you can't do thus say if you have no power, if you're not serving the Lord. Verse 14, all right, as obedient children. Well, if the law's done away with, what the heck does obedient mean? Let me just Google that. What is obedient? Your pastor tells you all this is the New Testament too. Obedient. What does obedient mean? Somebody please type it in the chat. What does it mean to be obedient? All right, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, obedient means submissive to the restraint or command of an authority, willing to obey. Whoa, what do you know? As obedient children, right? It says, as obedient children, children that obey. Obey what? The law's done away with. What are you obeying? What are you obeying? If the law's done away with, you obeying your own lustful needs. It makes sense. That's why you go to church. You don't want to do what thus saith the Lord. You want to do what thus saith you. This is why we die. You're obedient to that blunt. You're obedient to that coke. You're obedient to that whore. You're obedient to that brother. You want Black Steel to give you a massage, and then you want to come home to your man as he done made you have all those orgasms, and then what? You don't want him doing what? Saying thank you so much to the lady at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles when she hands you the money. You know what I'm saying? You mad at him because he was polite to the lady down there at Hoochie Burger. Make it make sense. It says, as obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance, man. How long are we going to be ignorant, Israel? You know, if Johnny smoked the blunt, you gonna smoke the blunt too? Yes. Johnny died from the blunt. So what? That's us. Ignorant. We have no obedience. But we think the Lord's going to answer our prayers after turning our backs on him. No, he's not, man. In order for him to answer your prayers, you got to get locked in. You have to. It behooves you. You know what I'm saying? It behooves you to get locked in, because if you don't, you're going to get locked out. That time is coming. You think it's not? Probably on CNN. Let them keep lying to you. You have a damn about no rich bastard that had nothing else to do. They didn't want to put no money into the communities, you know what I'm saying? But they wanted to put it into a submarine and go down there and get, man, I might, whatever. Most High Christ. But it says, verse 15, but as he which hath called you is holy, meaning separate, the Most High is holy, separate, so be ye holy in all manner of conversations, man. Be separate. All right. Stand up on something, man. You got two legs, don't you? I don't give a damn if one's in the cast. Stand up on being set apart. All right. Just because Dingo Ungundi likes to eat bugs, don't mean you got to try it. Stand up on something, man. Be separate, even in your conversation. Guard up the loins of your mind. So what? This is all you see. That's all you see. It's all you hear on the radio. Pound town, take a bit down. And now you got your little cheerleading troop and all these little girls talking about something they don't know. They don't have a chance to be innocent. Haven't even came on their flower. But the same songs that you get off with the chick at the Freaknik, you're going to let your daughter dance to? You're going to sacrifice her to that fire? You're going to give your kids to the world. Amalek don't give a damn about us. He'll allow that crap to be at whatever award ceremony. Listen, let them destroy themselves. We're making money, whether it's from their dead bodies or them paying for this, that, and the third. Get locked in, Israel. Get locked in. This is our generation. You know what I'm saying? That's coming up next. We're teaching them how to be what? Whores and whoremongers, little dope boys, little murderers. You want to murder something? Murder your feelings. Murder your emotions. How about that? That'll keep you from killing a brother or sister you're going to need later on down the line. Who you going to borrow some sugar from? Try to make some Kool-Aid. You done killed everybody on the block. You know, the Asian man's going to charge you. And if you don't have his money, he going to throw acetone in your face or shoot you in the damn back of the head. Now we got the whole Watts riots all over again because you want to kill all your damn brothers. Instead of killing those feelings, those demons in your head. All weapons of warfare, Israel, are not carnal, man. They're spiritual. Go to war with that thought of being a homosexual. Nobody has to know. Looking at it. So what? Go to war with it, man. Don't be some purple power packer, whatever the heck you want to call them. Do that hard thing, man. Suffer your soul that affliction and shut your damn mouth, sis. Suffer your soul that affliction, man, and don't smoke that weed or pick up a cigarette. FT. You in there buying all the damn Russian cream backwoods. You want to make something great, make yourself great. Instead of doing that thing that you're not supposed to and giving them all your hard-earned money. They're going to take it anyway. Black Wall Street. What do you think happened when they flooded those cities and they dropped bombs? All the economical power that we had, they took after killing us. There's a sister that lived through that whole ordeal. She was just denied reparations. One person they could have given reparations to. She had damn near 100 years old. Man, your president hates you, man. Get locked in. Let me drop that. All right. So lock in. We getting locked in, Israel. Now's the time. All right. It's not time to be what you would call pussyfooting around and bull crapping and jiving. Okay. Now's the time to fine tune your issues. All right. It's time to gird up the loins of your mind like you're going to war, like you about to fight. Everybody got their little stance. Some people jack their pants all the way up. You got pumpers, you got square upper, you got windmill, you got all that, man. Now it's time to go to war. In your mind, man, do that thing. Have that obedience. You can't say the law's done away with. If that's the case, what are you being obedient to? It's not all about you. There are generations of our forefathers and mothers, generations upon generations that prayed while they were getting raped, that prayed while they were getting hung, that did a lot of things that you don't have to do to this day. And all you have to do is be obedient, man. It's that simple. It's not hard. The truth, according to the Bible, is we are those Israelites. All right. They're not extinct like the so-called dodo bird. They're here walking upon this earth. Make it make sense to yourself. Ask your questions. Go through Genesis. Find out when the Lord made creation, when he made man. There's nothing new under the sun. Find out where you go when you die. You don't have to wonder if heaven got a ghetto. Understand that. You say the Lord's Prayer, but you don't understand what you're saying. Ask your damn questions, man. All right. Let me get another precept. I ain't trying to overtalk it, man. You know what I'm saying? To gird up the loins of thy mind, man. To prepare oneself for action. To make something such as clothing or sword fast or secure. That's what you got to do with these laws, statutes, commandments, man. You got to fast them to the damn table of your mind. Keep them right here. All right, you know you're gonna see this sister over here. She only shaking her ass and half naked because we love whores. That's the only reason why. Love righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Love that sister, you know what I'm saying, who's struggling to love you, even in your waywardness. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be butt naked. Love that sister that's keeping the law, statutes, commandments, the oracles of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Love is correction, man. Contrary to what you believe. That same love that you claim you have for someone, have for yourself. Correct yourself. Gird up the loins of your mind. It's simple. And the law is not grievous, man. You love someone so much. You don't love them enough to stop coming home drunk, to stop beating on her, to stop trying to sleep with her sister, to stop trying to sleep with his brother. You don't love them enough to cover your butt. You don't love them enough to take care of your kids, man. You don't love them enough not to do your social experiments because JFS, Job Family Food Services, gave you $1,000 in food stamps. You don't love your kids enough to feed them. You want to sell the food stamps and make money and be a hustler when the Lord never requires you to be a hustler. He requires you to be a woman, an honest one at that, daughter of Zion. You claim you love your kids so much. Don't nobody say, I don't play about my son, I don't play about my daughter, but you play about them all damn day. Social experiments. I wonder what he gonna do if I send him this. I wonder what he gonna do if I say this. I can have male friends, but you can't have female friends. Man, make it make sense, man. That's why everything's done in decency and order. This is how you get locked in. All right. If you're a black man, so-called black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, pick this damn book up, man. Go to war. Swing that sword, big it back wet. Because if you're not, you're going to end up in the IUIC. You're going to end up in a pen, or AKA the booty house. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was a man with that gun in your hand. Now let's see if you're a man without it. Because those brothers in there, they're gonna want what they want. Those sisters in there don't give a damn about none of that. You can be washing her drawers. You thought you was a bad bee. You want to get it scratched. Oh, it's gonna get scratched. And the CEOs ain't gonna give a damn about it. That's how you're utterly destroyed because of lack of knowledge. The Lord's gonna allow it, man. If he wounds and then he heals, if he kills and makes alive, what makes you think that that very thing that you can escape, which is justice, you're not going to get being a prince or a princess to the power? You're going to receive it. Oh, yeah. All right, so let me drop that. I wanted to bring out Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, man. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. All right. Write these precepts down. It might seem tedious, monotonous. Listen, if you still don't recognize them or understand why it's not real to you, you don't believe it, and you don't know how to utilize it because you keep saying the same thing. It has to become real to you. When you have that self-reflecting moment where it's like, damn, that's what Job went through. That's what Jonah went through. This is why David this, that, the third. Now you're understanding why our historical records were left here for us, man. This manual is not here to be left on your nightstand or on a nightstand in the hotel or just to be carried on and held on to. Don't put nothing on top of the Bible. It's a book without history in it. Understand that. You could become strong by doing what's necessary in this truth under command of Junior Honda, ISUPK, or you can become weak and find all kinds of issues with what's perfect. Understand that. All right. So I say Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. All right. We're going to get this right now. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. That ending thing, that point of reference. After it's all said and done, right? This is how you get locked in, okay? It says, fear God. All right? Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. To fear God, man. What does it mean to fear something? Well, let me see if I can pull that definition up. Fear. Fear. All right. An unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. Danger, man. That's what it means to fear something. Stop thinking that you're going to escape justice for the sins that you committed because you couldn't be obedient, because your Christian pastor wanted $1 and told you that you could escape your judgment by doing what? Believing in a white Jesus? Fear God. Know that if he says you will die for smoking weed, you will die. It may not be from lung cancer, but ask that brother whose car, right, had probable cause because of that blunt. Someone dropped in there. Oh, he used to smoke. He still smokes. I got news for you. If your brother smokes and you allow it, you still smoke. His blood's going to be on your hands. So when that cop gets behind you, they don't give a damn whose blood it is. He going to kill both y'all black niggas. Mexican brothers, Spanish brothers. He going to kill you. Know what is written is true, man. That instance of this emotion, state marked by emotion. All right, understand that danger, that alarm is real. That's the fear you're supposed to have for the Lord, man. You had the fear when your mom said, boy, you come home, them shoes dirty, I'm going to whoop your ass. You said, okay, you came home, but you was walking like a damn tin man all day, trying to decrease your shoes or get them dirty because she had to break her back for the oppressor. You think you're free in this kingdom. Your mom paid good money for them shoes in the East Bay magazine. And you feared her because you didn't want to get your butt whipped. Now, we're not talking about your mom. We're talking about the Most High power, man. We're talking about the Most High power. Fear God, man. Fear that power. He will kill you. We're destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Oh, I'm just going to smoke this last little bit of weed. And now you die of asphyxiation. You can't breathe because somebody laced it with some damn fentanyl. Take but a couple of little specks of it. You thought you could handle it. Now you, oh God, please help me. Just imagine him laughing in your time of need. Because when he told you to be obedient, you couldn't be. This is the whole duty of man. It's not to be no baller, shot caller, 20-inch rims on the Impala. Baller get laid tonight, Swiss roll tight. That's not the duty of man. It's not the duty of woman to be taken after Meg the Stallion or Maya Angelou. I'm a phenomenal. Nothing. What they say, girl, bye. Boy, bye. I just read to you right here in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God. Don't be some proud bastard because your eyelashes is big. You got a big old humpback. You got a high booty like Sinbad. And you think you just be twerking and somebody gives you views. You don't have to fear God. You want to be clamorous. You know what I'm saying? Loquacious. You know what I'm saying? You got this glib about you. You know, you're just so nonchalant, man. Fear God. That's the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, man. That's how you be obedient. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. For this is the whole duty of mankind, the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. Not those other people, but the people we talked about in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, those who are separate, that he chose to be special unto himself. All right. Let me get one more John, 1 John 5 and 3. All right. I'm going to beat this on you like a dead horse because we're in those end times. Now's the time to get locked in. Everybody claims to love the Lord, but don't do the things that are conducive to loving him. Right? Those things that you need to do that are conducive to loving the Lord is what? Keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. By doing that, you love yourself. You correct yourself when you're wrong. Understand that. All right. 1 John 5 and 3. Here we go. 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God. For this is the correction of, meaning from God. The correction from God, man. This is his correction, right? That we keep his commandments, man. That's how you become obedient. That's his love. He's given us laws so that we can abide by, so that we don't die. That we don't have to be up under the oppressor's foot. You don't have to eat no pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. He's telling you not to. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be like those heathen nations, right? And his commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. What's hard is asking 17 people to send you $5 in your Cash App so you can get a goddamn eighth. What's hard is running your tank to E just to go across town to sleep with a girl who's going to burn you and send your black ass to the clinic. What's grievous is not being a daughter of Zion. utilizing your kids for a paycheck, man. What's grievous is driving from this coast to that coast like you're in a trail of tears just to push a Pac-Man. That's grievous. Not doing it is not grievous. That's your escape. This is how you get locked in, man, by keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. They're not grievous, man. Read it one more time from the top. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, man. Right? Because everybody claims they love God. There's no greater love than the love of God, that we keep his commandments. So if your brother or sister or your sweet honey boo-boo or your man does something wrong to you, just understand if he's not keeping those commandments, it's what you deserve. How can you want somebody to love you, but you don't love the Lord? You don't keep his law, statutes, commandments, girl. You don't keep his law, statutes, commandments, boy, man, woman, child. Well, I'm gonna say child because they have to learn, they have to be taught. But when it comes to this generation, right? Everybody loves God, but you don't keep his commandments. You think because you pray before you go out here and strip, you love the Lord. You think because you pray that that state trooper don't pull you over when you're pushing 20 metric tons of goddamn fentanyl going to kill your people. Just because you say you love the Lord, you said a prayer, you think that what? The Lord love? No. It says it right here, man. Keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the love of God. And they're not grievous. All right. So with that, we are the ISUPK Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Hunter, man. All right. So when we read the security announcements, go through these prayers, and we're going to get up out of here, Israel. Salaki. All right, so Module means to stand. We'll point out with Dami, turn to face the east. We are the ISUPK Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother or sister in the school. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. All right. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court. Brother and sister will court. Salakia. Or sister. We don't do that. Salakia. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court. After the 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. All right. This is order and decency. Okay. It's not your Christian church. All right. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, which means a tenth in the Hebrew. My Ishara. 10% of any penny, of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to General Mayak Allah or your teacher, the priest fund. All right. You go online, ishpk.org, and you pay your tithes, man. Pay your damn tithes. Paying your tithes is not buying a stripper a bag. All right. It's not that lobster dinner you think that you're doing. No. Do what's required of you, Israel. All right. A free will offering for the priest is not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. The next upcoming holy convocation will be Memorial blowing of the trumpets. All right, if I'm not mistaken. If anyone has a question, being as though we don't have a school, you can just reach out to your camp leader or isupk.com, call number, and get advice or information, whatever you need. If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headbands. All right. So, all right, we'll play out done. We turn to face the east. We're going to go through the Lord's Prayer first. All right. In the Hebrew, Avanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kwadash Hayah, Shamka Yahweh, Balak with Ka, Thaba'a Ratazayaka, Hayah Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawahaya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam Ka Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawafi Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawafi Nawa, Wala'a, Tabayaya Nawa, Banasaya Wan, Abol, Hawashaya Anawa, Mayan Rai Kaya Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha Allah, Waha Thapa Ra, La'ai Walamyam, Amen. What I just read in Hebrew and getting in English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. It's the prayer for the power, the Akak, Yahweh, by Shim Yahweh Shah Babakashah, Nathanda Nawa, Akak, La Rapa'ah, Ka Makala, Wakal Manawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Ha Matazarayim, Hakak, La Ha Tama Salakia, Hamathian, Hakak, Al Rakawatwa, Ha Tamala, Lagarsha, by Shim Yahweh Thuadama. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. So, Lakia, computer's about to shut off. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and declare Israel Shalom.